our theme song, The Great Adventure, which I love. I love that song. And the kids tell me this, I can hear it in my head. Because we practiced it and listened to it so many times. But truly, the song represents what we are all on when we choose to follow Christ. A great adventure. The dictionary defines an adventure as an undertaking involving danger and unknown risks. Truly, that is what the Lord led Jose and I to embark on when he spoke the words, "Let's go," to our hearts. This great adventure, you know, is Hope Ranch and Hope Ranch Learning Academy. The Bible is great examples of adventurers. Please read for yourself in Hebrews. Today you will meet 50 such adventurers. We are live streaming this event, so we ask that you do not block the live streaming. Jose, can you stand for the live streaming? Where Jose is, please do not block there. We're live streaming this on Facebook. Have a good day for your work. Help me welcome the 2014-2015 Hope Ranch Learning Academy student body. I mentioned to you earlier that today's jamboree, is dedicated to three very special ladies, and they are Jose and my three daughters. And carrying this morning the American flag is Catherine Garner. Carrying the Christian flag is Deanna Suarez. And blessing us with the national anthem is my oldest daughter, Jessica Solano. Please stand. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right there, the bombs burning in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? As Jose makes his way to open us in prayer, I would like to highlight our first student. His name is Zachary. Zachary, can you wave? That's Zachary. Zachary is in the 8th grade. He wanted his teacher to know that he wants to be an artist. And I think that was heavily influenced by Miss Virgie, who loves art, and several of their field trips this year were to see the work of several artists.
Well, good morning. Man, beautiful day the Lord created today. Not a cloud in the sky. The weather forecaster said it was going to rain today. They don't control the weather. My God does, right? So, Father, we just thank you, Lord, for keeping the rain off, for blessing us with a beautiful day. Lord, let it rain. We do need the rain after everybody's gone. Lord, let it pour at that point. You know, the Bible says to be anxious over nothing. So if you take a bucket, you call that anxiousness. You know what you put in that bucket? Nothing. You know what the Greek word for nothing means? Nothing. Yeah, you guys are scholars already. So be anxious over nothing. It says pray with thanksgiving for everything. So pray for everything. You get another bucket that says, okay, what am I going to pray for? What am I going to ask the Lord for? Everything. Go in there. That means He's the provider. He's the protector. He's the one who guides you for everything. And it says, with everything in thanksgiving, give thanksgiving on anything. See what I mean? Worry over nothing. Pray over everything. And be thankful over anything. Anything at all. Lord, thank God we're alive today. And thank God we're here to bless your name. Lord, that this place will bring honor to your name. Lord, that the kids that we serve will be transformed, that the families we serve will be restored. Father, in Jesus' name, I just pray that you would just be present all throughout this day, that you would be glorified through this whole thing. And Lord, that you would continue to expand our territory. Lord, provide for the finances and the people that we need, the staff that we need as we expand and glorify your name. In Jesus' name, amen.
You can go ahead and be seated. I asked you this morning, as they prepare in the back, to give us a few minutes for Jose and I to do something we needed to have done a long time ago. And I'm going to try to get through this without crying and without getting emotional. But we're going to have Catherine and Jessica and Deanna come forward. This picture that you see up here, if you guys had a chance to see it, it's a picture that we took in front of the house in 2004. And it's a picture of our family when we set out on this great adventure.
Look at the close on the flame. Dreams of fame and fortune. One kid fails to pay the rent. One criminal going to prison.
In 1998, Jose and I thought our lives were like and where we were headed. Jose, unhappy with what there were days they must have thought we had lost our minds. Jessica, Catherine, and Dee Dee, you guys were here when we walked and prayed on this property. Forgot to move in a mighty way. You were here when we cleaned out the rat-infested barn and slept on the floor of the big house. You were here during the time when our house got flooded and we couldn't use the downstairs bedroom, downstairs. So we stayed here. You welcomed the first Pioneer girls, and each of you has worked in different capacities here at the ranch. Deanna is with us right now. She is a teacher aide in the high school. And Jessica was a teacher here back in 2007. And Catherine was the first equine specialist. I have a funny story to share. While Catherine worked with the horses that first year, she got mad at Dee Dee, her assistant, who was about 8 years old. So there's Catherine in charge of the horses. That's what she's holding the horse, and her assistant. And Dee Dee stomps into the office in the front. Catherine just fired me. And soon after that comes Catherine, slams the door. She won't listen to anything I say. She won't do anything. She just wants to argue that I fired her. And we said, okay. The problem was that 2 days later, Catherine came in. I quit. And I said to her, you can't quit. You fired Dee Dee 2 days ago. We have no one. With all joking aside, you guys have made countless sacrifices. You suffered many disappointments as mom and dad got busier and busier helping other children find a home. And sometimes I wondered if you thought maybe you had lost yours. I'm sure there were days you wondered what happened to mine. And for that, we publicly apologize and thank you and ask you for your forgiveness. The Lord spoke to me on the drive into the ranch on the last day of the residential program, and He said these words, I can tell you only as clearly as if I had heard them. I was sobbing, trying to drive at the same time, and He said to me, give honor where honor is due. Your daughters, Jessica, Catherine, and Dee Dee, deserve public recognition for their private pain and sacrifice. Dad and I honor you today in the presence of all these school parents, teachers, students, and we say, thank you. Look around at what your sacrifice produced. Look around. It was not in vain. We present to you these sunflower seeds. And while you are being obedient to mom and dad and doing as we asked, as a 15-year-old, a 4-year-old, and an 8-year-old, on this crazy great adventure that we had set on, as we prayed that day in that 3-bedroom house, that if God had more children in our future than just one, he would sell the house. And when the house sold 2 days later for the asking price, the craziness began. I can still remember, Jessica, when Tuki, Shamari, and Desiree showed up. And you were so worried that they wouldn't like you guys. And they loved you. And you were so worried, you said these words to me, our lives will never be the same again. And they weren't. But those seeds that you planted through the love you gave to each of them and to the children over the years has blossomed into these beautiful sunflowers that represent each and every one of you. Those little sacrifices that you made turned into a huge, big thing. And so it turned into a youth ranch for teens in foster care. And I remember Jessica saying this to me. I knew this would get out of control. You guys never do anything small. And then who knew there was a school awaiting? And there were children that needed to find a place where they belonged. And who knew that there was going to be another group of children in Zephyr Hills who lost their special school, and we would be over there. And that we would be expanding next year to help all the other children that are on the waiting list. We present you with these sunflower seeds as a reminder that we reap what we sow. Your seeds of kindness to the children, your seeds of patience with us, and your seeds of selflessness have produced a great harvest. We present to you this frame that says, think big. Dream big. Never settle for less. God has so much more for you than you can ever dream or imagine. And we present to you this and sign to remind you that you can do good things, but you and God can do great things. On behalf of the board of directors, the staff, the students, the parents, and the countless kids who resided here at Hope Youth Ranch throughout these last 11 years, we thank you for your gift of time and for your sacrifice.
It's always amazing how God takes you on different journeys and different adventures that you never planned. I remember recently I found we were cleaning up some things, and I found the little journal that I had kept when we were first thinking about Hope Ranch and what it was going to be about and everything. And I flipped to the very last page where I drew what I thought this ranch setup was going to be like. nothing like this. So God kind of puts an idea in your head. He pushes you down the path. He brings people along that will help you down that path. And through it all, we all learn. And through it all, if we stay close to the Lord, your faith grows. Because to be at this place with this much, this many students being served, our beautiful daughters and their families, our young baby here getting married in November. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful to know that they're each headed in the right way, that they have their own families, they have their own kids, and soon-to-be kids. And life is going on, and the Lord's purpose is still being fulfilled. Back then we had hair. Look, even black. Wow. You still have hair. We won't say what the real color is. And little kids have grown into women and marriage and families, and now we're grandparents, and it's an exciting time. So thank you for being around. Thank you for trusting us with your children. Thank you for believing in what these walls can do for you, and more importantly, what the Lord can do in your life. Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we're going to have the introduction of the horses.
What are you doing?
Making room.
We're waiting for Dee Dee and Catherine to get into their position, so everybody stays safe. I asked you if today would refrain from talking to Jose so that we're patient with each other.
Lord, if we could, we would fill our hands with all the wonderful things you give us. Then we lift them up and give them back to you.
Let's give them a round of applause. Beautiful, beautiful. We would like you to meet Gordon Chen. Gordon is in the second grade, and Gordon is learning to speak at Hope Ranch Learning Academy. The other day, he said this to us: I don't wanna. A little defiant, but he's speaking. We are thrilled that he's telling us, I don't wanna. And so many other ways we are seeing Gordon come out of his shell. Then we have Christopher Beckwith. He is 6 years old, he's in the first grade, and he wanted his teacher to know that he wants a Godzilla game. But don't worry, he wants his grandma to buy it for him. Then we have Ethan Chen, Gordon's older brother, and he is 11, he's in the fourth grade, and he wanted you guys to know that he was born in China. Alyssa Sheedle is 12 years old. She's in the sixth grade, and she wanted her teacher to know that she likes anime. Elijah Butler. Elijah is 8 years old and in the third grade, and he wanted his teacher to know that he's good at sports like basketball. Devin Lamke. Devin is one of our seniors graduating this year. She's 19 years old, and she wanted us to know, her teacher to know now, after 6 years, that she's a very good cook. I would have liked that information a few years ago. Kane Martin. Kane is 11 years old, and he's in the fourth grade. And he wanted us to know that his favorite thing to do is Legos. And we have Tanner. Tanner is in the seventh grade, and he wanted us to know that he's happy that he's coming to school where the horses are. Tanner's actually a neighbor. He only lives a few houses down from here. At the welcome sign is Alex Schwartz, holding the W. Alex is 15 years old, he's in the 8th grade, and he wanted us to know that he can dunk a basketball. Michael Gertz. We're skipping Christian because Christian we're going to introduce a little later on, and he's okay with that. Michael Gertz is 17. He's in the 10th grade, and he wanted Mr. Gordon to know how much he appreciates his helping him after constantly public school. Michael gave me permission to share this with you. I would have ended my life if I had stayed in public school. We're so blessed and so happy, Michael, that you're here and that you have the courage to share that with the rest of us. Gia Holmes, another graduate. Gia is 18 years old, and she wanted her teachers to know that she appreciates everything. Dylan Quinlan. Dylan is also one of our graduates. He came to us in the 6th grade, and I'm not going to be the same not seeing this very tall young man here at school. He wanted us to know that he can say thank you in 4 different languages. We're happy if they say it in English, right? Allie. Allie Felters-Donner is 17, and she's in the 11th grade. And that she wanted her teachers to know that they are the best teachers she's ever had, and that they've changed her life. Even Mr. Gordon. That's what she wrote. Let's give them a round of applause.
Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I do is a gift to you. give it to you, Lord. I'll give it to you, Lord. Thankfully, thankfully. Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I do is a gift to you. Is a gift to you.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'm glad they stand up next to you, and it's been hurt till today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from the sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA. Well, it's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'm glad they stand up next to you, and it's been hurt till today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'm glad they stand up next to you, and it's been hurt till today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
As they get ready, I wanted to share some fun horse facts with you. A horse's appetite should be approximately equivalent to 2.5% of its total body weight. If an average horse weighs 1,000 pounds, he should be eating 25 pounds of food a day. In its natural habitat, the horse will eat approximately 20 to 22 hours a day and sleep for 2 to 4 hours. Wow. The kids are going to be demonstrating an exercise called cone pairs. Entering the arena is Caitlin Bishop? Hey, Caitlin. Yes, you can clap. Caitlin is followed by Matthew Kelly. Yay, Matthew! Caitlin is 16 years old. She's in the 9th grade. And she wanted her teachers to know that she cares a lot about them. Matthew is also 16 years old and in the 9th grade. And he wanted them to know that his favorite amusement park is Universal Studios. At first glance, this exercise may look easy, but in reality, it is much harder than it seems. It requires planning and constant control of the horse. The riders are to weave in and out of the cones while staying nose to nose with their partner, opposite to them. Not only do the riders need to control their horses, they must plan the navigation of the cones at the same time. And our horses are not used to having 200 people watching them. So they're a little nervous today, making the job of our students tougher. I want you to know that although you only see a little bit of all that they've learned, you're welcome to come here on any Friday afternoon and watch them ride. And so we have picked for them demonstrations that they felt very comfortable with and they're capable with, although they may be doing other things that are more challenging. But on a day like today, when we have music and people, and safety first, and they are doing a wonderful job of keeping these horses under control. And the other thing that's happening, that I kind of mentioned at the beginning, we have a couple of students that woke up sick this morning. And I think 2 of them are in this demonstration, which throws everything off, right? Because some of their partners are not here. And the partner that they practice with. You know what's wonderful about that? Is that as we began to work with children on the autism spectrum, the first thing we were told is that they have a hard time dealing with change. I have a hard time dealing with change. All of us do. But it is especially difficult for children on the autism spectrum. But I have to tell you, once they come here, and they're here for a little while, they get control of that. And change happens, and they're okay. Caitlin and Matthew were not supposed to be pairing today. And they did a beautiful job with the change. An adult male horse has 40 to 44 teeth, and the female has 36 to 40 teeth. The fastest horse ever recorded was Big Racket. He reached 43.26 miles, 26 miles per hour in a quarter of a mile.
Oh, yeah. Give you a hot job, huh? Another tree?
Guys, watch this come out without me seeing it. Okay?
We have a sheriff here at Hope Ranch Learning Academy, Sheriff Johnny, and you're going to see Sheriff Johnny perform later on today. I want to tell you a funny story about Sheriff Johnny. When he first came, it's been 2 or 3 years, this is his third year? This is his third year. Johnny got late notice of the Discovery Day event. And so when he came, being a new school with new students, he had a hard time. In fact, he refused to stay. And Mom drove all the way from Brooksville, and she drove all the way back because Johnny could not handle the change. One Christmas, Johnny, we had already tried on all of the costumes on the children, and in the craziness of getting everybody dressed, he was a shepherd, and we gave his costume to another student by mistake. Johnny couldn't handle that, refused to be in the Christmas play, and they went home that day. And Renee, one thing after another came up with Johnny that involved change. Remember, and I kept saying, oh my goodness gracious, if it could be any other student, it's always Johnny, right? This year at the Christmas play, this is funny, he was one of the shepherds, and we said, you mark Johnny's outfit with 3 or 4 name tags. Johnny. We're not giving his outfit to anybody else. And so in practicing, he was one of the shepherds, and here comes the angel. And the angels, it says in the Bible, were terrified. They were afraid. And Johnny screamed at me, they were not afraid. This is not a scary play. This is not Halloween. I said, I know, Johnny, but they were afraid. And so, he argued with me, and we sat at this little seat over here, and I took out the Bible, and I read to him. And they were afraid. No, they weren't. I said, Johnny, read it with me. They were afraid. No, it's wrong. And I said to him, no, Johnny, you're wrong. This is what it's, okay. And we went back and we practiced, and the next time we practiced, he was so hilarious. And they were very afraid. And Johnny's like in full afraid mode. He throws himself on the floor. He went with the flow. And I want to share with you that recently, this year, he missed a field trip. They arrived late. And life happens, and there was a crisis or something going on, and we missed the field trip, and we all braced ourselves. Can you imagine your child missing the field trip? They were gone, they were already downtown Newport Richie. There was no going on this field trip. And Johnny went with the flow. He spent the day helping his Patty. No meltdown, no I'm going home, not upset at all. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now entering the arena. Also demonstrating the cones pairing is Jonathan Melendez. Jonathan is 20 years old, and he's a senior, and he has a gift for drawing superheroes. He's our Superman here at Hope Ranch Learning Academy. And he wanted his teachers to know that he can draw animals too. And following Jonathan is Michael Tuttle. Michael is 11 years old. He's in the 5th grade, and he wanted his teachers to know that he would like to be an astronaut. You guys see Tank checking us out? Good job waiting, Jonathan. You'll notice that horses move faster while going towards the barn and slower while moving away from the barn. The riders must plan on this change as they turn around that fourth cone. The riders are constantly changing the speed of their horses while riding. Some changes can seem very easy, while others are not. It's these subtle changes in speed which make riding so difficult to master. Now entering the arena is Aliyah Monteria. Aliyah is 14 years old and she's in the 8th grade. She wanted her teacher to know that this was the best school year ever and she couldn't have asked for a better teacher. Aliyah, you're doing a great job. Aliyah just started riding this year. She's a new student. She joined us in October with her little sister, Natalie. And, there's a new scholarship called the PLSA, who Step Up for Students. And Mom had come in to talk to me. And it just so happened that we had an opening that had just come up a few weeks earlier. And they were on the waiting list, and Mom came and checked. She said, we have this PLSA scholarship that we just applied for. And she was telling me about the girl. And she had Natalie with her and Aliyah. And we talked about the school. And I just felt the Lord speak to me. Andy, you tell them to come on Monday, March 2nd, was the beginning of the school year. And Mom had just shared with me what a rough year it had been for her. And she wasn't sure they were going to get the scholarship. She had only applied. But I heard the Lord say to me, Andy, let them in and trust me. And I argued with the Lord that Jose would be pretty upset with me. And of course, I listened to the Lord. And I said, we're going to trust that you're going to get that scholarship, and that's going to come in. But girls, you're going to begin on Monday so that you're not behind the 8 ball when we begin. And you begin with the new quarter. And I'll never forget Natalie jumping up and down, saying, jumping up and down, are we in, are we in, are we in, are we in? And I said to her, you're in, you're in, you're in. Oh, it gave me goosebumps. And she hugged Aliyah, her older sister. And 2 hours later, you called me and you said, Auntie, the scholarship got approved. God is good. And here comes Natalie. Natalie has been such a blessing to our elementary class with Miss Terry. She's a sweetheart. And Natalie is riding Lady into the ring. Natalie is 7 years old and in the first grade. She's such a sweetheart. She wanted her teacher to know that she wishes she could see Jesus. You know, when we started taking our little granddaughter Allison to church, at about 3 or 4 years old, she says to me, "Yeah, we've been coming to church for a while. When are we going to see God?" And that's what Natalie means by that. She's hearing about Jesus. She wants to see him. And what she doesn't realize yet is that, and I'm hoping that she's going to feel and see, that she's seeing him in the actions of everyone around her. Because we as a staff gather every morning, and if we drive up and we're saying, it's 8:45, why aren't they out yet? Because we're in there praying for you and your families to arrive safely. And we always say, Lord, remind us that we are your hands and feet. And may the words that we speak and the actions that we take honor you. Great job, Natalie.
the government's run. We use the source of our strength, the money rising up. America, if God makes us rise. God makes me
The next demonstration you're going to love. It is so much fun. And we have enjoyed practicing. It's to the book, Pete the Cat. So if you could sit down, grab a chair, I really don't want you to miss any of this. You know, we talked earlier about our children having a hard time dealing with change. And Crystal, one of our teacher aides, reminded us of this song and this book by Pete the Cat, about Pete the Cat. And the story is that Pete had these beautiful white shoes. And he's walking along, loving the shoes, loving his beautiful white shoes, and oh no, he steps into a bucket of strawberries, and his shoes change into red shoes. Remember we talked about change being such a big deal. And the song says, did Pete get upset? Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. I love my red shoes, and so we're going to present to you the story of Pete the Cat that is so very appropriate for our children.
Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song. I love my white shoes, 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 I love my white shoes.
Notice the white shoes on that horse.
No, wrapped in a large pot of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Red. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my red shoes. 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 I love my red. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Blue. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my blue shoes. 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 Oh no! Pete stepped in a large puddle of mud. What color did it turn his shoes? Did Pete cry? He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my brown shoes. 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 I love my brown. Oh no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water, and all the brown, and all the blue, and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again? But now they were wet. Did Pete cry? Walking along and singing his song. I love my red shoes. 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 The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you said, keep walking along and sing. Be all.
Isn't that an awesome song for our kids, for all of us? It's okay. Change happens and it's okay. I would like to introduce to you Jimmy Cruz. Jimmy, can you wave us? There you go. Jimmy has ridden into the arena with Doc. Jimmy is 8 years old and he's in the 2nd grade. And he wanted his teacher to know that he loves to play healthy wood squares. And this you can do over at Mosey. Kind of a takeoff from Hollywood squares, but it's healthy wood squares. And then we have Zia. Zia is 14 years old and in the 8th grade. She wanted us to know that she's cute, funny, awesome, smart, happy, silly, and clean. We really appreciate that. Angelina. Angelina is 7 years old and in the 1st grade. She wrote this. I read this in her own handwriting. This was not her teacher writing this. She wanted her teacher to know that I like learning more than playing. Wow. That's awesome. Nico Santella. Nico is 11 years old, and he wanted us to know that he has 2 brothers, Braden and Mikey. And then we have Devin Calloway. Oh, Devin didn't come today. He's one of our little guys that's not feeling well today. We have Christopher Butler standing in his place. Christopher Butler is 7 years old and in the 1st grade. And he wanted his teacher to know, shocking as this may be to all of us, that he likes to play video games. Well, guys, keep on keeping on, even when things change.
Alone and singing his song. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Oh no! Pete stepped in a large puddle of mud. What color did it turn his shoes? Did Pete cry? Goodness, no! He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my brown shoes. 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 I love my brown shoes.
I would like to ask a group of ladies that I've invited to join us this morning to please come forward. And these are the women of WAG. And you might be wondering what WAG stands for. So please, Doreen, ladies, come forward. I met Doreen in 2004. Yep, you want to come up here? In 2004, they lived in Heritage Pines. And she found out about us. I'm going to hand her the microphone so she can tell you all about it. And since 2004, they have been a support to Hope Youth Ranch in the residential program. And I called her and I said, Doreen, I want you to come to the Horse Jamboree because I want to publicly acknowledge all the years of support, consistent support. Anywhere from toilet paper, Jane, our toilet paper lady, to cookies, our cookie lady, can the cookie lady wave, right? To our birthday cake lady, and then all our Christmas shoppers, the other three ladies, they came forward to supply fun and love to kids that found themselves in Florida's foster care system. So I'll let Doreen talk a little bit about how they became involved, and then I want to present something to them.
When I moved here, I don't play golf, nor do I ever plan to play golf. So I had to have something for those of us who did not play golf. So we started WAG, which was Women Against Golf. Only we really aren't against golf, so then we called it Women's Alternative to Golf. And I felt that both of us, all of us up down at Heritage Pines had so much to offer. We needed to find some place where we could offer our time and our talents and so on and so forth. So since that year, we bought the kids who were in the house, the girls, their Christmas presents from their wish list every year. And as you heard, all these people bring things and do things, and we've got a lot of contributions of money to buy their Christmas presents at Heritage Pines. So we really, and who wouldn't want to work with her? She's unbelievable. So this is that, both of them, she and husband, fantastic people for what they've done here. So that's what we've done. It's been fun. And we've gotten to know some of the girls because they come to the club for lunch. And we'll miss them in that group. It's really a super group of kids. And well, there's a super group of kids there now. She asked me if one of the kids that goes to the school could speak at one of our lunches. And the girls were all coming for lunch. And I said, sure. We had a prepared speech. It was fantastic. When the prepared speech was done, he was able to answer every question. His grandmother sat next to me and said, this child did not talk until 2 years ago. We couldn't touch him, we couldn't talk to him. And look what's happened since he's been at Hope Ranch. So they've had a lot of wonderful things happen here, miracles are not concerned. So that's what we've done, and these are just some of my helpers that have helped over the years. So.
Thank you, Doreen. And that student, for those of you that were here at the very beginning, was Stephen. Stephen went to that luncheon, and Stephen spoke, but when Stephen arrived, he had not spoken in school since kindergarten, his mom had told me, and he was in the 9th grade. And we believed that he would say the opening remarks at the Jamboree that year. And I remember Mom looking at me and saying, wishful thinking, yeah, okay. Stephen had a speaking part in the Christmas play. Remember, he was one of the kings. And what we found out is Stephen had a great sense of humor. And what happened is that Stephen started talking and we couldn't get him to shut up. Stephen, we got to do some work, but he was busy catching up. And that was wonderful that day that Stephen spoke there. Good for you guys.
You know, to also to put it in perspective, one of the things that MP asked me yesterday, well, how many kids do we have go through here in the residential program? And you guys helped over 230 kids. Yeah. Yeah. In the last 10 years, we had over 230 children go through here. That's just in the residential side.
So I found this, and it was perfect for you guys. Because you guys were moved to provide these kids with some fun. celebrating their birthday, celebrating Christmas, coming to the country club for lunch, and going to Busch Gardens. They bought them Busch Gardens tickets, the yearly tickets every so they could go to Busch Gardens. And I remember we went out there and the girls provided for them each a bag of clubs, golf clubs. Yes, pink bags and golf clubs. And the girls went out. And so as we were leaving, the golf pro says to them, "Come on, I'm going to show you how to drive." They were so excited. They were like, "We're driving?" No, not the golf cart. That's what you call this swing. But I found this and it says, "Good food, all the lunches that you invited the girls to over the years there at the country club. You were such good friends to them." Yes. And Jane, all those bracelets that you had to make, all that jewelry. And they had such good times enjoying Busch Gardens and all the things that you gave to them. Sue, for all those birthday cakes that you brought to us. And they even ordered, "Can it be a horse birthday cake? Can it be?" We had some wild orders for you. Can I have an all purple cake? And then those cookies. Thank you. The cookie lady. And I would run around because we also shared it with the school. And we would run around and I'd say to the kids, "The cookie lady struck again." So, WAG, thank you for the gift of laughter during a very sad time in our lives. Hope Youth Ranch Inc. teens in foster care. Thank you so much. We've got some roses for each of you. Let's give these ladies a very strong round of applause for their support for the last 11 years. Continuous support. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Next. Next, we have Xavier Johnson. And Xavier will be demonstrating for us a trust routine, a trust demonstration. Xavier Johnson is 15 years old, and he's in the 8th grade. And he wanted his teacher to know that he can handle most tasks without being silly. Earning the trust of the horse is essential for achieving success in being able to work with the horse effectively. Many horses have been mistreated or do not understand what is being asked of them, therefore becoming defiant or afraid. Many of them panic when they are confused. In training a horse, it is necessary to establish a working relationship with the horse. One of the ways to establish this relationship is by using a technique called desensitizing. This technique uses common items found around the barn to teach the horse to not be afraid of the items and the handler. The items used depend on the purpose of the training. A horse, which will be used to rope cows, would need to be familiar with a swinging rope and a long raincoat. A horse ridden on the trail would need to be able to open a gate and not be afraid of anything found outside the perimeter of the property, possibly a plastic bag laying on the ground. Sometimes desensitizing is just used to nurture the relationship between horse and human. One of the activities of the third year class this year was to use a lunge whip to desensitize a horse in order to be able to lunge the horse, giving commands with the whip. The whip is not used to discipline, but to desensitize. In working with Wendy, Xavier learned that Wendy was afraid of the whip. Every time he tried to give commands with the whip, she ran away, so he needed to earn her trust in him, and in the whip as a tool, not as punishment. He found the following procedure worked best for Wendy. He first runs the whip lightly across her back, moving in a motion towards her tail. Once she lowers her head and relaxes, he proceeds to move the whip down the back of her legs and move on to her stomach as long as she stays relaxed. Finally, he moves the whip to her neck and head. If at any time she becomes nervous, he will start over until she stays relaxed. Once this happens, he is ready to start lunging and training her. Lunging is used to promote communication between the horse and handler, and is also used to exercise the horse. The end result is for the horse and the handler to become a unified team that trusts each other. This trust produces a horse that is more willing to perform, and a progression of the training. Great job, Xavier. Next, Jacob Edwards will be demonstrating for us navigating an obstacle course. Jacob is 9 years old and in the 4th grade. He wanted his teacher to know that he weighs 77 pounds. And that's because he loves butter. He has taken a flag from that one bucket and placed it in the second bucket. Now he will navigate ladies through the white PVC pipe. This is the song that they have sung in chapel all year long. Now he's navigating the blue PVC pipe. And I want you to know that when Jacob first came to the school, he was terrified of horses. Terrified. Look at him now. Great job, Jacob. Entering the arena is Kane Martin. Kane is being brought into the arena with Andrea, with their happy, and they're going to be doing a psychotherapy demonstration. And if you remember, we presented Kane earlier in the lineup of the horses. Yes, Kane is riding the horse backwards, folks. When I first saw this, I was a little startled, a little concerned about safety, but this is part of hippotherapy, and it works on the torso. You can see the little tool. And with this therapy, the children are working on different techniques of physical therapy, occupational therapy, or speech therapy. But they're so busy working with the horse, they don't even realize they're in therapy. Okay, we'll be throwing the ball in the hula hoop. Great job, team. You see, this is forcing Kane to turn his torso and to aim. I'm going to hand the microphone over to Andrea, and she's going to explain to you a little bit about the therapy that you just witnessed.
Hello, everyone. I think I have lost my little 13, but I can't tell you all how thankful I am to Mr. Jose and Ms. Nancy for allowing their happy the opportunity to be here with your children every day. We do the physical, occupational, and speech therapy, doing the hippotherapy, and we just have so much fun every day. With Kane, I'm so proud of him. This is a day of miracles. This day last year, we had a hard time coming into the arena, but now we can see all that this man has achieved. We talk every day about adapting, overcoming, and achieving every day, all day, every day. So proud of this guy.
Thank you, Andrea. You might be wondering, what in the world is the theme of Jaws doing in the middle of a horse jamboree? Well, we thought the same thing. What in the world can we do with a shark in the middle of a horse jamboree? But Gio had different plans. He said to his parents, I am not a ride, I'm going to be a shark. And so people, why? And he said, I want to eat people. Please move away from the fence. Save yourselves. Save yourselves. And we're not. I think they're safe. Dio is 9 years old, and he's in the 3rd grade. And he wanted everybody to know that he doesn't want to be president. He is the president of his class. And boy, when we had the voting and the election back in November, it really went to his head. Every time I came in, he would tell me, Miss Andy, I'm the president. Dee, get out of the arena. He's gonna get you. Run, run. Run, get out. Whew. That was close. Folks, be careful. He's headed your way behind the barn. Run! Run! And that's what we call comic relief. You know, I told Tio's mom, he doesn't want to ride. And she says, what are you going to do about that? I said, well, he wants to be a shark. And I said to her, if you get the outfit, he can be a shark. Turns out Miss Tara, our middle school teacher, who would know, had a shark costume. One year for the nativity, for the Christmas play, we had a young man tell me, he said, I want to be in the play, I just want to be a rock. You want to be a rock? Okay, we can have a rock in the middle of the nativity scene. So his mom, I told her, if you can make me a rock costume, you can be a rock. And so we had a rock with a little slit for eyes. And I remember telling James, rocks don't move. You can be a rock, but you cannot be a traveling rock. And you know what? He sat there during the entire play, being a very calm and steady rock. The next demonstration is called the obstacle course, and the obstacle course is used to demonstrate many different skills. One of these skills is being able to place the horse next to a designated place and then picking up an item and depositing it at a different place. The rider may halt or continue moving while executing the task with the item. Coordination and planning ahead are vital for the steering needed to accomplish this task. Entering the arena is Mateo Gaspar Careers, and he is 10 years old. He's in the 4th grade, and he wanted us to know that he got science and PE. What you got there, Mateo? Mateo has a sign that has a word on it. He's going to show it to us in a minute. Bullying. Mateo, the overcomer, has overcome bullying. No longer bullied. When he bullies where bullies belong. Away. Behind us. Mateo, the overcomer. Next entry in the arena is Elijah's family. They're following the same obstacle course that we saw Jacob Edwards do. Elijah is 13 years old, and he's in the 5th grade, and he wanted us to know that he likes to whistle. He's got a word he's going to share with us. Defeat. An overcomer, Elijah, has overcome defeat, and anything that has been spoken about him, he is not defeated. He's an overcomer. Great job. Navigation is a PVC point. Next, we have Jocelyn Tilton, an overcomer Jocelyn is 13 years old and in the 7th grade. And she wanted us to play the reporter. And she's got the word fear for us. And we're going to overcome fear and put fear where fear belongs. Out of here. And Jocelyn has overcome fear. Her fear of horses, her fear of performing. Overcomer Sammy Gringo. Let's welcome her into the arena. Sammy has the word doubt for us. And she has overcome doubt. No more doubting herself whether she can do the work assigned. No more doubting if somebody likes her. No more doubting. Confident. Sammy the overcomer. Great job, Hannah. And Darren Cunningham. Darren Cunningham is 13 years old, and he's in the 6th grade. And he wanted us to know that he likes to go into caves and explore them. Look it out for us, Darren. Sadness. Awesome thing to overcome. Sadness and depression. No more sadness. Great job, Darren. Let's give them a round of applause to all our overcomers.
I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of. What we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there.
James will be reading us a poem.
I can right here, someone who understands, and seems as far as you, living situation, perfect sanity. Someone who seems to the routine, the happy day, everyone's involvement is the but sometimes it's what
James is 15 years old and he's in the 8th grade. And he wanted us to know that he has many gifts, including building electronic magnets. He is our inventor, always inventing something, showing me diagram after diagram of what he's inventing. There's a lot going on in that brilliant mind. Entering the arena. Entering the arena is Johnny Frasello, Sheriff Johnny. Johnny comes every Friday wearing his cowboy hat, his chaps, and his badge. And he keeps all of the villains and the bad guys away. Sheriff Johnny is 13 years old and he's in the 7th grade. And he wanted us to know that he is the sheriff of Hope Ukraine. He has helped. Recently, he deputized Joe. Joe DeVito is also a sheriff here at Hope Ukraine. And Joe is 12 years old. He's in the 6th grade. He wanted us to know that he bowls in the league on Saturday, and he has amazing friends. They're going to demonstrate for us today the different gaits of the horse at a walk, at a trot, and then at a canter.
Sometimes it's not the days, the people I meet always go the same way. Sometimes it's
Johnny really got onto a trot.
bottles that you drink. Times when you're alone, all you do
Those following behind, initiating the trot.
wanna stay on the side.
And Johnny's now taking it into a canter. Oh, God. Bring him in a little bit, Johnny. Go. Bring him in a little, Johnny. There you go. Johnny is a John Wayne fan. Okay, we're closing it off. Give them a hand. A big round of applause for Sheriff Joe and Sheriff Johnny. Woo! Wasn't that impressive? When I saw this at the practice, I could not believe it. Wow, great job, guys. Woo! And we're all safe with our sheriff.
I just whoa.
So you, what you doing? I thought you were gonna jump and sing.
Nah, that's my brother. That's Max.
Oh,
I'm learning how to fly.
but you wanna go to the big spot.
Now the next song, for those of you that are my age or a little older, is going to take you way back. Jacob Dunker is also going to be demonstrating the gaits of the horse at a walk, trot, and canter. The good, the bad, and the ugly. This young man is going to blow your socks off. I told Jacob that Clint Eastwood would be proud of him. Great job. Jacob is 14 years old. He's in the 8th grade. And he wanted us to know that he can read at a 12th grade level and that he can read almost 300 words per minute. So he's a speed reader. And you know, as I was watching him just now, I was remembering, those of you who have been with us for a while, that those first horse jamborees, we used to bring people to do these performances, right? To demonstrate these different performances. Wow, the job Miss Patty has done in developing our own children, our own students, to perform like we just saw. Now entering the arena are Christian Vasquez Diaz and Anthony Salvati. Anthony just joined us in March, and he is a brave young man. He's out there with the horses. He's willing to learn, willing to perform in the jamboree. Only been here at the school just a few short months. Anthony is 17 years old and he's in the 10th grade. And he wanted you guys to know that his favorite sport is golf. Now his very proud dad is up here in the front row. I want you to listen closely to what I'm about to tell you. Dad has poured himself into teaching Anthony golf. Anthony doesn't just play golf. Anthony is amazing at golf. And right now, Anthony is playing better than Tiger Woods. Wow. When Dad told me that, I said, that is amazing. So he's getting ready to teach his classmates how to play golf. Christian Vasquez is going to help him in this demonstration. And Christian Vasquez Diaz is 14 years old. He's in the 9th grade. And he wanted us to know that he likes to eat ice cream and drink soda while watching Netflix. Sounds like fun to me. They're going to be performing a grooming demonstration. Grooming is cleaning the horse with brushes and other tools. There are 3 essential reasons to groom a horse. One reason is to clean the old hair and dirt from the body of the horse. When in the wild, horses use trees and rocks to remove the dirt and loosen the hair. A second reason to groom is to look for injuries on the horse. And the final reason is to prepare the horse's body for the saddle and the bridle. A saddle placed on a dirty horse would produce sores from the dirt rubbing under the saddle. So the first thing we're watching Anthony and Christian demonstrate is how to use the curry comb. Anthony, can you show us? There we go. That's what the curry comb looks like. The curry comb is usually rubber and has little teeth on it. It is used in a circular motion and removes old hair and dirt from the body. Next, the hard brush is used. Anthony, can you show us the hard brush? There we go. The hard brush is used to remove the hair and dirt. The hard brush has stiff bristles which flick the dirt and hair that the curry comb has just loosened. Next, the soft brush. The soft brush smooths the hair flat and takes any remaining dirt from the surface of the body. The soft brush is also used on the head of the horse. Next, we're going to brush the mane and the tail. And Miguel, if you could move lady so that we can see her tail. Maybe move her sideways. There. Anthony's going to work on her tail and Christian on her mane. And Anthony is grabbing the ponytail and brushing the tail. The tail is brushed carefully as not to pull the tail hairs out of the tail. The tail is used by the horse to remove flies from the body of the horse. I said to Anthony yesterday, Anthony, you're practicing for when you have a little girl, and then you can do her ponytail. Lastly, the hooves are cleaned. Using a hoof pick. The trick here is getting the horse's foot to come up. And there's a place on the leg that you squeeze. That brings the hoof up. A little bit higher, Anthony. The hoof pick removes the dirt and manure from the bottom of the hoof. If not cleaned regularly, the hoof can get a disease called thrush, which rots the bottom of the hoof, causing pain. This procedure, the kids learn in horsemanship class. They learn how to groom the horse from beginning to end. Next, a towel is used to clean the horse's nostrils and the eyes. The towel must be cleaned with each use to keep it from putting anything toxic into the eyes. Grooming the horse is more important than you might think. When combined with proper feeding, grooming is an essential aspect of proper care of a horse. Let's give them a hand. Great job, guys. I remember Chrissy saying, you want me to put this inside his nose? For this next demonstration, I want you to keep an eye on this arena over here. And it's the jumping demonstration. Nick Young is entering the arena to demonstrate jumping. Nick is 15 years old and in the 8th grade. This is not a good thing for him to have told me, but he says that he's accident prone. No, really, I have hurt myself just sitting down eating dinner before. But he's going to navigate these jumps without an injury. All right, you cleared it. Great job, Nick. All right. Good job, Nick. Nick, you are not accident prone. Now entering the arena is a younger guy. Max Gaspar's career is 11 years old, one of our little guys, and he's in the 3rd grade. He wants you to know that he wants to be a horse jockey. He is crazy about horses. Great job, Max. Horses were not new to Max when Max came here. Max was already a horseman before he ever came to Hope Youth Ranch. In fact, I have a deal with Max. When I get the thumbs up, Max has his own horse, Blackie. He's about this tall, this wide, and if I get the thumbs up, Blackie gets to go home with Max. And during times when Max is having a rough time, I remind him that it's very cold here at night and Blackie wants to go home. Ford Poe. Ford is the eldest son of Mrs. Poe and Alan Poe, the volunteer of the year. As far as I'm concerned, Mrs. Poe lives here. She's always doing something. Ford is 18 years old and in the 11th grade. Learning to jump a horse is very different from the other horse disciplines. The most important difference is the type of saddle used. An English saddle is used. All the other riding demonstrations performed here today use the Western saddle. A Western saddle has a horn on the front of the saddle. The horn helps the rider stay in the seat of the saddle, along with providing a manner in which to hold on if needed. The English saddle does not have a horn. The rider must use balance and strength in order to stay in the middle of the seat. As the horse jumps, he creates an arc as he crosses the jump. If the rider is not in the center of the horse's gravity as he crosses the jump, he runs the risk of falling too far forward or too far backwards and possibly falling off the horse. So it might have seemed very easy to you, but it's very difficult to do and stay on the horse. And Ford wanted us to know that he really appreciates all his teachers and the staff here, and that he really enjoyed being here. It's so wonderful to get these every year. And I have to tell you, this is what they're saying. These are their words. This is how they truly feel. As I've been doing the interviewing and bringing the kids to tour the classrooms, I've been brave enough to ask them, Johnny, what do you think about the school? At the high school the other day, I said, Dylan, would you like to say anything? And Michael says to him, something positive? I said, what else would he say? And they have been all very positive in talking to the kids that have been touring and unsolicited. What do you think about the school? Over and over and over again. And that's not something that's new to you, because you as their parents also know how they feel about the school. And it's wonderful that they have found a place where they belong. A place where they feel safe, where they feel loved, and where they're celebrated. Now we're going to have the staff, the behind-the-scenes heroes of the Horse Jamboree, the ladies who help navigate all the horses, the kids, all of the different activities that took place today. A round of applause. We got two gentlemen that have joined us from our four students. Joy and Dave here. And Nick, third year. Two students who we've been able to trust with our ears and our mouths. Take a bow, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Great job. They wanted to exit with me.
Pete the cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please do not go anywhere. I do want you to go in the next 5 or 10 minutes as we gather everyone back. We have awards to give to all of the students who participated in today's jamboree. But please go get something to drink, get a hot dog, taste that chili. I don't know if you had a chance to see Old Glory out there. Was it good? I had never made it before. Oh, very good. This year I had to make 2 entries to see if I could win. I was dethroned. I had so much fun the year that I won. I would take my Cuban chili and I would take my ribbon, as a potluck, and I would put the ribbon on top of the pot and I would say it's an award-winning chili. Now I would like for the teachers to start making their way over to this area. We asked the teachers too to let us know what they would like their students to know about them. And Miss Crystal wrote this. I want them to know how proud I am of their accomplishments, and watching how much they have grown this year has been a delight. Miss Holly wrote this, that the smile I have, I want them to know that the smile I have on my face every morning is there because of them. Mr. Gordon wrote that few people know that he has chased bank robbers not once but twice in his life. Wow. Miss Maggie wrote that as a kid, she had a strong English accent that she lost after moving to Texas. Miss Virgie wrote in that she worked at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and she added this, and she has the ID to prove it. In case you doubt it's true. Miss J in the middle school wrote this, that I have to stop myself from laughing at their funny jokes and silly behaviors because I tend to laugh uncontrollably. And I got in trouble for this at school when I was younger. And she wanted them to know. I love this from Miss Tara, the middle school teacher. She wanted them to know that each and every one of her students taught her more lessons this year than she could have ever taught them. Miss Renee, I thank God every day for all of my students. I want them to know that as a kid, I went ice fishing with my dad. Miss Terry, are you close by? Sunshine the Clown, Miss Terry. Miss Terry, can you come here? I never knew this until about a month ago, that Miss Terry, our very own Miss Terry, is a professional clown. Sunshine, S-O-N, shine, the clown. I've asked Sunshine to please come forward because this is what Sunshine wrote. She wanted us to know that she does the best elephant imitation of anyone she knows. Go for it. You need the mic? It is the best, the very best. And I wanted to add this. Your kids are the reason I love getting up every morning. It's the reason I never feel like I'm coming to work. Because I love that I get to do this with my life. I absolutely love it. And there are many times I wake up at 4 in the morning and through only the strength that God gives me so that I can get everything done in the day, I love every second of it. Thank you for the privilege that you've given us, the trust that you've given us to take your precious children and welcome them in and see them flourish. This has been a wonderful jamboree. Starting with Sunshine the Clown, and Miss Sandra, and Miss Renee, please come forward. If you're a student in Miss Terry's class, please come to the front. Jacob, We'll have you guys line up right here. If you are a student in Miss Terry's class, please come forward. Christopher, we're going to include here Gordon, if Gordon is still here, Ethan, Devin, and Max. If you're in Miss Terry's class, please come forward. This is Jackie. She's Angelina's sister. She's part of the class. Jackie plays every morning. I don't want to miss anyone, so if you are in Miss Tara's class, please come forward. Elijah, please come forward. Yep, Elijah and Tanner. Tanner, can you please come forward? I'm going to recognize Elijah and Tanner. And Nico. Miss Terry, will you please come so that you can present to your class their trophies. Each of the students that participated in today's jamboree will be receiving this little trophy. And it says Hope Branch Learning Academy 2015 Horse Jamboree. Devin Calloway. You can go back to your seat after you get the award. Thank you, Devin. Christopher Butler. Christopher Butler over here. There she is. You know, Miss Terry was afraid that the kids would be afraid of her being a clown. But they weren't. There we go, Natalie. Congratulations. There's your trophy. This is the young lady that jumped up and down and said, well, we're in. Eliza Butler. Great job, Eliza. Max. Great job, Max. Jumping. Take a bow. Jacob Edwards. Great job. Christopher Beckwith. Great job, Chris. And then Angelina. Great job, Angelina. There you go. Look what you get. A horsey. Very good. Tanner. Here you go, Tanner. There's your trophy. Good job. Great job, Tanner. Let's give them a round of applause. Great job. Next, I'll have Miss Virgie, Miss Ann, and Miss Lalita. Miss Ann? We're going to be having the rest of the afternoon the Faith Lives On band. They have started playing. So we are being blessed by their performance. The group is called Faith Lives On. If you are in Miss Virgie's class, please come forward. All of Miss Virgie's students, please come forward. If you're in Miss Virgie's class, please come forward. We have Mateo again. Michael Tully. Michael, are you still here? Okay. Mateo, please come forward and receive your trophy. Great job, Mateo. Alyssa Cheeto, please come forward. Great job. Johnny, Sheriff Johnny. Great job. Sheriff Joe. Elijah Samaru. This young man puts a smile on my face every day happy, every day excited. You're a blessing, Elijah. Jocelyn Tilton. Jocelyn has been going through a lot of things lately. Her family's been put through a lot this last year, but she has hung in there. Great job. Thank you. And then, yeah, Michael Tully, we will hold his till Monday. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Next is Tara. And Miss Joanne, if you are in middle school, please come forward. If you're in Miss Tara's class, please come forward. Final call for Miss Tara's class. Johnny? There's Jacob. Where were you guys? Okay. Darren Cunningham. Please come forward for your trophy. Great job. Great job. James Poe. Great job. Xavier Johnson. Great job, Xavier. Aliyah Monterio. Great job, Aliyah. Nick Young. Great job, Nick. Jacob Junker. Wow. Sammy Franco. Another sweet, sweet young lady who puts a smile on my face every morning. And Zia. Zia is my worship partner at Chapel. Zia and I go at it with hands raised up, praising God. Great job, Zia. Next, Mr. Gordon and Deanna, Dee Dee, and Miss Maggie. Miss Maggie, can you come forward? Yes, Miss Maggie's going to relieve her so that she can come. If you're in the high school, please come forward. Peyton, make your way over here. Jonathan, are you still here? All high school students, please come to the front. And Miss Maggie, here she comes. I'd like to start with our graduates. Gia Holmes, Dylan Quinlan, great job. And Devin Lerke. I called all of the graduates in perfect order. I also get corrected a lot. Very often. I'll tell you, I don't know what it's going to be around here without seeing Devin and Gia and Dylan all these years. They were part of the first class. Great job. Alex Schwartz. Yay! Anthony Salvati. Ford Poe. Matthew Kelly. Christian Vasquez Diaz. Allie Felkins Gum. Caitlin Bishop. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. Next, I want to recognize our volunteers. Yes, someone left a cell phone up here, a pink phone. Mrs. Poe, can we pull you away from the hot dogs? Can you please come forward? Can we get Mrs. Poe away from the hot dogs to come forward, please? There she comes. You know, Mrs. Poe started out a few years back volunteering to help me a little bit. And now she helps me a lot. A lot. Truly, without Mrs. Poe, I don't know where we would be. Where would we be? And so Mrs. Poe, I had a parent approach me to purchase something for you on behalf of all of the parents so that you and Alan can go enjoy Outback dinner out on one of the parents. And there is a lovely plant for you. And then on behalf of Hope Youth Ranch, we got you a $50 gift certificate to Joanne's Fabrics. So you can make some more labels for us. Make something for yourself. Please, everyone, give this lady a strong, strong, strong round of applause. She does what you guys can't do because you're at work. She does for you.
I want to thank all the parents for what donations that they give me when I send out my letter for all the help that you give me. And I enjoy each and every day being here, and especially on Fridays as teacher moms. And so seeing how I get to move to the new campus next year, we need some new moms here at this one to help with teachers. So make sure you find me, because I'll be at the new campus. But I guess you can put me in both places. But we need new moms.
So get the word out. We need a pizza mom for this campus. Now, if I could have Miss Patty, Miss Lori, Miss Crystal, and Miss Gail, if you could please come forward.
Take one.
I don't know.
We would like to acknowledge the volunteers that help us with our horsemanship class. Miss Gail, can you please come forward? And Miss Lori, Miss Crystal, Miss Patty. Miss Patty? Miss Patty, are you hiding? Oh, Miss Patty's doing the pony rides. No. So we're going to acknowledge Miss Patty, who's over there now doing the pony ride. We have these lovely flowers for Miss Patty. Gail and Lori and Crystal, who's Jimmy Cruz's mom, and Rhonda Coleman, who's Jimmy Coleman's mom, are volunteers. They help the horsemanship classes and the horseback riding classes exist. Back then, family would really be hurting. And these ladies not only come every once in a while, they come week after week after week after week after week. That's the type of volunteer that's truly committed. Come to help for a day or two, but when you come all 36 weeks of the school year and you're blessed by the kids that you're helping, that volunteer needs recognition. And so, Gail, here is a plant, and it symbolizes helping the kids grow. Thank you for helping the kids grow. And there's a $25 gift certificate card to help that. And Lauren, you get one too. Thank you for helping the kids grow in horsemanship. And here's a $25 gift card to go to dinner at Alpine on Us. Thank you. Thank you. It is a small token of appreciation. Thank you, ladies. Well, this concludes the 5th annual Hope Prince Learning Academy Horse Jamboree. Thank you, Lord, that it did not rain, not one drop. I had a mom say to me yesterday, Impy, what's plan B in case it rains? Because, you know, they're forecasting lots and lots of rain. And Jose said to her, there is no plan B. It's not going to rain. It never rains. Thank you. We have been threatened with rain over the years, right? We have literally put the last chair away and the raindrop spot. But God, I'll tell you, God is a mighty God, and He keeps the rain away because He knows His honors Him. And so He has kept the rain away so that we can enjoy this day together. So please, go eat some tea, go have some hot dogs, and in about 5 or 10 minutes, I'll be over at the raffle table, and we'll start pulling tickets to see who won. Thank you. I still have power. Everyone, Zachary had stepped away, but he came back to get his trophy. So please, let's give him a round of applause. Good job, Zachary. Thank you for coming back, Mom. Thank you. If you'd like to help with the chairs, thank you for folding them and just leaning them against the tree or wherever you can. And then we have a truck that's going to be pulling in. But please enjoy yourselves.
Salt City make really good like
Hey, man.
How are you, sir?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hanging in there. How's everything going?
Very good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It seems like it is.
Oh, man. Finishing up the negotiations for the third campus. So that should be done probably by next week.
That's cool.
And we'll start.
You need some help setting it up or something?
Probably. Yeah.
All right.
We're once we finish that, I think we're probably about 3,000 away from achieving the total goal. We're buying the equipment, the furniture and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we get it. And so probably mid-July, I think it is, when we'll start putting the stuff in and setting it up.
We're going to Arizona the end of June through July 13th.
Okay. Yeah.
So after that, I'll send you an email and find out if you can. I'm working more, you know, but I've also graduated now,
right,
too,
right.
so I'm not in school anymore. So I should, and I'm not teaching at first, so I should be able to do some help over the summer.
Good. That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. We're gonna move the middle school and the high school over there.
Yeah.
And then,
Where's it gonna be?
Going up to when traffic light is county line goes.
Right.
They go right. I think it's about 2 miles, 3 miles to the whole Missionary Baptist Church. They're putting modulars in just like ours, and we're gonna take 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So same setup, same everything. That's what we have here.
Great.
Yeah. And then we're some of the modulars are they have a built-in therapy room, so speech and occupational and APA and all that stuff can happen right there.
Good.
That's gonna be nice.
That's very cool. That's very cool. How's Upper Hills working out?
Good. We're I think we're at 11 right now, and then we're interviewing. We interviewed last week. We picked up 2 more this week. I think we have 8 more to interview, so we should double, which is the plan. The plan is come August be at least at 24. We may even be at 36 the way the referrals are coming in. And,
I tell you, my job, I tell everybody, you know, we run into a lot of kids with secondary diagnosis of autism, and anytime the parents even remotely bring up that they're not happy with the public school, I say, you gotta look at charter school. There's hope. And I don't know who else.
Good.
But one of the complaints I'm hearing is that you guys got too much waiting lists. Yes. I keep sending people here and they keep saying, I'm like 48 on the waiting list.
Now we're moving on.
Well, no, basically we're gonna be. I mean, once we fill these spots, we'll be back to the same place. It's growing. So I'm keeping an eye on another school in this was in Hillsborough. Florida Business Center, right? And their Separate Hills campus is closed, which is how we come off the Separate Hills campus. I've seen their financials and they're not pretty. So they're probably going to close at the end of this year. So 150 students there. Wow. We'll see. That's cool. I'm talking to their board and, unofficially. Yeah. If they pick up because one of their funders, their main funder is moving out. So if they get a new funder, then life is good and everything continues. Then they'll have to close up.
And thank you for pointing out that the triangle grows with your child.
Congratulations. We got one more year. Allie's going to graduate next year. Mr. Gordon and I were talking earlier, this is the first year in 5th grade that she's finished all her work before it was time. Before like the
And that's time for the raffle ticket.
She's doing very good.
Let's give the band a hand. Thank you for coming out. Thank you.
The sun
After all these years of complaining about the Godfather chili being wow, it's delicious. Okay, now we are going to the Horse Jamboree basket. Nick Young, $50 value. Different digest cards. Okay, we're moving on to the motorcycle basket. $50 value. Okay.